Random early morning video. It's 6:30. Gardening today, so gardening days, I'm up at 5:30. Up at 5:30, then to Mackey's for a breakfast at 6 and a coffee. Every morning, man. And if it's not a Mackey's coffee, it's got to be a Costa. But yeah, get a Mackey's and then get to Tesco Gaffer for 6:30. I'll sit here till 7:30, and then I'll go to Dave's. Strange routine, really, but that's a weird one, man. When I started doing this, when I started doing it, I couldn't do with getting up really early and rushing. Do you know what I mean? And having to be, having to be somewhere really early. You know, other than school, obviously. Sort of after that, you know, I've never really had to get up early regularly, other than odd plane flights and stuff like that. You know, in band and that. But otherwise, never really had to get up early regularly. But yeah, when I started doing this, I couldn't handle it, where I'd just get up and, you know, have to rush around and go straight there. So I prefer to get up at 5:30, go to bed early, do you know what I mean? Go to bed at 9:30, 9 o'clock. Get up at 5:30. And take my time, so I'm not rushing round, basically. And I just sit here and listen to talk sports, which is my absolute radio obsession, to be fair. Sit here and listen to talk sport. But I thought this morning I'd just sit and talk to you for a bit, to be fair, because I keep meaning to do a bit more like this. Do you know what I mean? Just sort of stream of consciousness. I've no idea what I'm actually going to start talking about now, or whether I'm even going to just carry on talking about work or whatever. Or working with Dave. It's podcast day today, and it's Tuesday, but we've got a couple already recorded, so I don't know whether might sort of have tonight off and not record a podcast tonight. As I say, we've got two, and I'm working today, so I don't know what kind of day we're going to have. Although I'm sure it'll be fine, whatever it is. But, you know, you don't always fancy grafting all day, then coming home and thinking about a podcast and trying to be, do you know what I mean? Try to have your brain switched on. I suppose that's the thing about doing this as well, do you know what I mean? Going out and grafting for a day puts your body through its paces a bit. I'll tell you one thing though. It's cold this morning. It is cold this morning. What's it saying? It's saying 0 on this. But I'm not looking forward to being out in the ridiculous heat, which won't be that far away, will it really? The ridiculous levels of heat will be here soon, so I'm not looking forward to that. Never like that. You know what I mean? How many of these, you know, I get these. On them really hot days, I can do about 5 of them. Do you know what I mean? Just down one and it just doesn't even touch sides. You know, when you're sort of 30 degrees, that sort of level. But yeah, so I'll just try and... But yeah, man, it's quite a nice morning, which is always nice. You know, don't really like working outside when it's crap. But who does? Who does? Well, what else were I going to talk about? Oh, Gaffer beards. Someone were asking me to tell the Gaffer beard story in a bit more detail. I think I've already done it in a video. I'm sure I have. But I did do one history video that I actually never put out. Was it 9? And I can't remember why I didn't put it out. I recorded it for 40 minutes, and even halfway through it I just thought, no, I'm not using this. Can't remember why now, but I deleted it on the spot. So it might have been in there, stuff about Gaffer beards and that. I can't even talk about it without giggling about it, to be fair. I mean, that's the thing. Excuse me. That's the thing about Robert, really. Is that just how much he can make you laugh. And there's tons of moments where I can just recall him just being himself and just having everyone in hysterics. And I don't know, the Gaffer beard when we were recording, Well, to be honest, the entire process when we were recording were just an absolute riot. Do you know what I mean? Because, again, I said before, we're all so young, and you do have quite a lot of downtime in a studio, you know, when you're not doing your bits or whatever. So, yeah, recording in general can be a right laugh. But, yeah, I can't even remember what inspired the Gaffer beard. He's always liked a bit of Gaffer, as Rob. He's always liked a bit of Gaffer, messing about with it, beards, sticking feathers in his hair, all sorts of stuff. But I suppose that you know, like I said, it was a case of, you know, recording Turn Out the Light, this really heartfelt song. I just sat in the control room watching him in the vocal. Just strapped up with his full Gaffer beard and literally only his mouth. And as I said, like, if you listen back to it, listen on the baby bits, you can kind of almost hear that his mouth's like a bit restricted. It just, fucking hell, it makes me laugh thinking back to that. I'm sure I spoke about this though, but it don't really matter. Yeah, and the feather incident, yeah, sticking a feather in his hair with Gaffer. And just on the bus, we were just on the splitter bus, just messing about, stuck this feather in his hair, and they were like, oh, I can't get it out because it had Gaffer tape on, so I ended up having to scissor it out of his hair. Literally had to cut a big chunk of his hair out. But yeah, we're always, that one of his funny things was stopping at service stations, and you know, the little photo booth things where you can, you know, put funny backgrounds on and stuff like that and make yourself look like, I don't know, Santa Claus. He used to go in all those at any service station we were at. So just like amassed a little collection of silly Rob stickers, and like I had like, you know, my box, my travelling box, so to speak. And I always, that was adorned with these little pictures of Rob doing various things. Rob as a devil, you know. I'm trying to remember them all now, but I tell you what, if I look through my stuff, it won't surprise me if I can find some of them. So like I say, I used to decorate my little travel box, shall we say. I used to decorate that with stickers of Rob. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I think they were some of the best times for us. Do you know what I mean? On Splitter Bus, just that massive sense of camaraderie. And don't get me wrong, you get that on like a, you know, proper double-decker tour bus as well, but, you know, at that point, you've got people upstairs in back lounge, people downstairs in front lounge. Do you know what I mean? It's not quite that same, everyone in a Splitter Bus, that gang mentality. Do you know what I mean? Having a laugh. And we were amused by such daft things, we really were. Like, literally, it made our day, some stuff. I mean, like, we had this splitter bus, and obviously on a splitter bus you've got seats facing each other in back and then like a table or something. Well, the pole for the post, you know, post under the table anyway, was connected to the floor, but it was totally, it was a hollow core pipe, and it was open underneath. And there was like this little cap in the middle of the table, and if you took the cap off, you could just see the road. But anyway, that of course created some little vacuum of air or whatever, and we were just amused. Oh God, I don't know how long we were laughing at that. But you know, you get like a water bottle, and you have like the little plastic thing on top. I don't know if I've got it here. The tiny little plastic cap that sits on top of a water bottle. I think we killed like an hour. Just literally all four sat round this table with this hole in the middle, and then you hold the little plastic thing over the hole and let go, and it floated in the breeze going up from this pipe under the table. And anyway, we were in hysterics about that. Just this little plastic cap just floating in midair. And yeah, we couldn't get enough of that. Could not get enough of that anyway. Absolutely howling in hysterics, while Graham was no doubt causing absolute carnage in that splitter van. So that's the thing, man. We were just in back of this splitter van, chilling out and laughing at little plastic caps floating in midair. Poor Graham up front driving, like trying to negotiate city centre traffic and that, screaming at people. You know, we want touring if Graham want winding down window and shouting abuse at people. You know, that's, you never batted an eyelid at that sort of stuff. Always entertaining, Graham, bless him. In fact, I'll have to get Graham on podcast. I think that'd be really sweet. I've not spoken to Graham for a long time, and we spent a lot of time with him. We spent a lot, you know, Graham looked after us some of our most, at our most vulnerable, shall we say. Do you know what I mean? He was the first guy who looked after us, first guy we went out with. And he, you know, he did a great job, to be fair to him. Did a really great job, did Graham. You know, me and Graham had some fun days ourselves. One day we went to Huddersfield to go see an amp, like an amp maker, the guys who make green, actually. Guys who make green, and did they make high watts as well? I can't remember, but anyway. And we had another similar day where we went to Ashdown to sort of look at some signature amps. But that was just me and Graham, that driving about in his car. Do you know what I mean? Both absolutely blasted. Do you know what I mean? Both stoned out of his mind. He's going in his guitar place. He's like, oh yeah, what you got? And Graham with his massive motorbike chain as his security on his car. So you go past his car and it's been his dirty great motorbike chain wrapped round steering wheel tied to God knows what. And actually, in the end, Graham, he met a girl, didn't he, and moved to America. But the thing was, he just abandoned this car, just abandoned this Hyundai somewhere in Didsbury, I think. I can't remember exactly where. But I remember saying to him, what did you do with your car? He's like, I just left it in a car park. It's probably still there now with police aware tape wrapped around it all. With big dirty motor. No one will nicked it. No one will nicked it because of motorbike chain, you know what I mean? No one's getting that off. Oh man, what a guy. Honestly, tons of funny stories about Graham, bless him. Graham and his waistcoat. Like, Graham had like a utility waistcoat. Do you know what I mean? That I'm sure was the source of all his power. Because, you know, Graham was another, like, you know, we'll have to ask him on podcast really, but I'm sure Graham started with the Happy Mondays. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure Graham started out as doing a lighting engineer on the Happy Mondays. And his brother, I'm sure his brother Ian worked with Happy Mondays as well. But I can only imagine what that were like. I mean, I've heard some stories about Happy Mondays in terms of touring and incidents they got into. So yeah, that's where Graham kind of started off. But yeah, no, I love Graham. I think we all do, really. And I can't really remember why Graham stopped being our tour manager. I can't really remember why. Was it when he moved to America? I can't remember why. I tell you what though, it's a lovely morning. It's been a bit cold, but we've got a nice little bit of sun. I do like this camera, you know. It's a nice camera. Anyway, what time is it? 20 to 7. That don't give me very long to sit here and listen to radio. So I need to get on with it. Oh, what else I want to say right now? Well, I mean, I could talk about Rob and his antics and making everyone laugh. But I've told you about the Mick Jagger impression on the bus in America. I'll never unsee that. I'll never unsee it. And my sides probably still hurt from laughing. My God. That's the thing with Rob, like when he gets into something like that, he really gets into the spirit of it, and it's just, I can't begin to describe how funny it is. And of course the other Gaffer beard incident was, I've probably talked about this one, in America with the Vines. And we were all late on stage, I can't remember why, and Rob for some reason decided to take his top off and put a Gaffer beard on and sort of just randomly sneak across the back of the stage, which of course sent the crowd wild. And I think from memory nearly started some sort of crowd riot. But we're used to those, you know, we've played Barrowlands. We know all about crowd riots. You can't go on, lads, yeah. Why not? Well, they're all fighting. They're all fighting? Yeah. Alright. Just give it 10. Some massive beer fight or something like that. Yeah, great memories of Barrowlands. Someone spitting in Rob's mouth. It's not a great memory for me or Rob. Oh man, that was disgusting. Yeah, I'm sure if you... Well, luckily I won't be uploading this in the morning. I'll be uploading it in the afternoon, so you won't be having your breakfast and hearing that bit. Oh God, yeah, but I'm sure Rob don't want to relive that bit either. If you do watch this video, Rob, I'm sorry I've made you relive that moment. Oh, grim. People show their appreciation in the strangest of ways. You know, as we've discussed, me getting hit with a jar of jam in the throat, right on Adam's apple. Oh, God. Honestly, when it hit me and I was looking down, I thought, oh, God, that really hurt, but I'm not going to acknowledge it. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, I'm not even looking up here. I'm not giving it satisfaction. Oh, man, if that had hit me in the mouth, it would have taken all my teeth out. Yeah, I tell you what, at that point, I think it would have been a case of stop playing, lads, and then, right, someone knows who threw that, you know, point them out, and you can have me Telecaster. Do you know what I mean? Everyone just pointing to this guy. Right, mate, security, spotlight on him, go get him. Yeah, man, don't throw a jar of jam at me. You know what I mean? At least throw something I can use, like some coffee or something. But no, jam's too sticky, innit? I don't want what to do with no jam. Especially when I'm on stage. Saying that though, what am I going to do with coffee? But right, it's, how long is this? 15 minutes. Enjoyable little chat, to be honest. Don't want to make it too long, so I'll probably leave it there and start sitting here doing nothing, getting ready for work. But that is how I get ready. Sit, listen to radio, have a little vape, look through my phone. You know, look on Twitter, check my YouTube comments. All that sort of stuff, really. It keeps me ticking over. But yeah, I wonder what Dave's got in store for us today. At least it's going to be a reasonably sunny day. Don't like it when it's windy and rainy. Well, let's be honest, if it's rainy, I just say, you know, that's supposed to be working tomorrow. Yeah, well, I don't mind on and off rain, but I have fucking working in torrential downpours. Not being funny, I'm just not. I am just not. Although, you know, I am the type that if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, even if I sit there and go, why have I agreed to do this? Why have I agreed to do it? But once I do agree, I'm not going to go back on it. Right, sit here and enjoy this sunrise type thing. And yeah, I might even do one of these before work all the time. Don't know. But yeah, can't upload it now. I'll upload it this afternoon. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Nice one, thank you. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope I have a good day. And yeah, I'll upload this tonight and get on Twitter when I get home. Alright, nice one, thank you. In a bit.